and welcome to today's episode. I'm Laura Lee, and today we're tackling a question that many plaintiffs face. How do you pay your bills during a lawsuit? If you've been injured in an accident or are pursuing a workman's compensation claim, or maybe dealing with medical malpractice case, you know that legal battles can take months, sometimes even years. And during that time, your bills don't stop. You still have to cover rent or mortgage payments, medical bills, groceries, childcare, and other everyday expenses. If you're unable to work because of your injury, the financial stress can feel overwhelming. But there's a solution: legal funding. In today's episode, we're going to break down what legal funding is, how it works, and why it's different from other financial options. We're going to share stories from people who used legal funding to stay financially stable while they fought for justice. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how legal funding can help you regain control of your finances and focus on what matters most: your recovery and your case. Let's dive in. Let's start with the reality of what it's like to be a plaintiff in a legal case. When you're waiting for a settlement, life doesn't stop. Your medical bills pile up, your rent or mortgage is still due, and your family still needs groceries on the table. If you're unable to work because of your injury, it can feel impossible to keep up. This is something I hear all the time from plaintiffs. I'm recovering from my injuries, but I don't know how I'm going to pay rent this month. I need ongoing treatment, but I'm falling behind on my medical bills. I'm worried I'm going to have to settle for less so I can pay my bills. Here's the hard truth. Financial stress doesn't just affect your wallet. It impacts your mental health, your ability to recover, and your capacity to focus on your case. But what if there was a way to get financial relief without taking on additional debt or compromising your settlement? And that is where legal funding comes in. So, what is legal funding? Legal funding is a cash advance provided to plaintiffs based on the expected outcome of their legal case. And it's not alone. It's a financial tool designed to help you stay afloat while waiting for your settlement. And here's how it works. First, you apply. Process starts with a quick application. You don't need to provide financial documents or worry about your credit score. 2, your case is reviewed. Legal funding companies like Stonewood Funding work directly with your attorney to evaluate the strength of your case. And 3rd, you receive your funds. Once approved, you can receive your cash advance in as little as 24 to 48 hours. Here's a key difference from loans. There is no credit checks. Approval is based on your case, not your financial history. There's no monthly payments. You don't make payments while your case is ongoing. And there's no risk. If your case doesn't resolve in your favor, you don't repay the advance. This makes legal funding a safer and more flexible option than traditional loans or credit cards. Now, let's talk about how legal funding can help you cover your expenses during a lawsuit. One of the biggest advantages of legal funding is that it gives you control over how you can use the money. There are no restrictions. You can use it for whatever expenses matter most to you. Here are a few common ways plaintiffs use legal funding. Medical bills cover the cost of treatments, surgeries, physical therapy, or prescription medication. Rent or mortgage payments ensure you have a roof over your head while you wait for the settlement. Groceries and utilities keep up with everyday living expenses. Childcare or transportation pay for the support you need to attend doctor appointments or legal meetings. Let me share Sarah's story. Sarah was involved in a car accident that left her with serious injuries. She couldn't work during her recovery, and her savings quickly ran out. Sarah applied for legal funding through Stonewood Funding. In just 24 hours, she received the cash advance she needed to pay her rent and keep up with her medical bills. She told me later it wasn't just about paying the bills. It was about feeling like I could breathe again. I finally had the peace of mind to focus on getting better. One of the most common concerns I hear is, what if my case doesn't settle in my favor? Will I still have to repay the advance? And here is the answer. No. Legal funding is non-recourse funding, which means that if your case does not resolve in your favor, you don't repay the advance. This is what makes legal funding so unique. There is no risk of being stuck with debt if your case doesn't succeed. You don't have to worry about making payments while your case is ongoing. The repayment comes directly from your settlement, not your personal finances. Compare this to a traditional loan to a credit card debt, where you're required to make payments regardless of your circumstances. James was injured on the job and was waiting for his workers' compensation claim to process. He used legal funding to cover his family expenses, and when his case resolved successfully, the repayment came directly from his settlement. James told me it felt like someone was in my corner, helping me through one of the toughest times of my life. Finally, let's talk about the emotional impact of legal funding. When you're in the middle of a legal battle, financial stress can feel all-consuming. It affects your recovery, your relationship, and your ability to focus on your case. Legal funding provides more than just financial relief. It gives you peace of mind. It allows you to focus on what matters most: your health, your family, and your fight for justice. As Sarah put it, it wasn't just the money. It was the chance to feel like myself again, without the constant worry about bills. If you're struggling to pay your bills while waiting for your case to settle, legal funding could be the solution you need. Getting started is simple. Visit stonewoodfunding.com and fill out a quick application. We'll work directly with your attorney to review your case. Once approved, you can receive funding in as little as 24 hours. Thank you for joining me today. If this information resonated with you or someone you know, please share this podcast. Remember, Stonewood Funding isn't just a service, it's a lifeline. Until next time, I'm Laura Lee, reminding you that you don't have to let financial stress stand in the way of justice.